Several civil rights and advocacy groups, including the Chica Project and Lawyers for Civil Rights, have filed a federal civil rights complaint against Harvard College, following the Supreme Court's decision to limit affirmative action in higher education. The complaint requests a federal investigation into the university's practices surrounding legacy and donor preferences, which allegedly favor white students disproportionately. The complaint argues that Harvard's practice of favoring the children of wealthy donors and alumni should be ended, particularly in light of the Supreme Court's recent decision. The groups argue that this practice systematically disadvantages students of color. A 2019 study by the National Bureau of Economic Research found that nearly half of Harvard's white students were either alumni relatives, recruited athletes, or faculty and staff children. In contrast, less than 16% of African American, Asian American, and Hispanic students at Harvard fall into these categories. Despite making up less than 5% of applicants to Harvard, these ADLC candidates constitute around 30% of admitted students, according to Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor's dissenting opinion. She argued that failing to acknowledge the legacy of discrimination that has advantaged some applicants over others fails to recognize the ongoing intergenerational transmission of inequality in the U.S. In response to the Supreme Court ruling, Harvard University stated it would continue to consider race in admissions through an applicant's discussion of how race has affected their life. The university emphasized the importance of a diverse community for transformative teaching, learning, and research. President Joe Biden also criticized the practice of using such preferences in the college admissions process. He announced plans to direct the Department of Education to analyze which practices help build more inclusive and diverse student bodies and which practices hinder this, including legacy admissions.